brought to you by Centauri Whiskey. It's the taste.
That could be any liquid.
It could just be water.
It could be anything. Oh, wait. We're not. Oh, we're live. We're live on YouTube. Yeah.
We're here. We're out here.
We're here. Sorry. There's so many things
I know.
we have to click to do this via the internet.
We should make McKinley the producer of the show and make him run it.
There's an idea. He had to leave early today, so it wouldn't work today.
Well, damn it, McKinley.
Damn it, McKinley. That has been like a new. It's kind of like a running gag. But anytime something goes wrong, I just in the shop I just say, McKinley!
You just scream at him.
Yeah, and he's like, I didn't do anything. He's great.
You're like, do you watch Ted Lasso? Have you watched that show yet?
I haven't yet. I've heard it's great, regardless of whether or not.
I will admit, I discounted it because it's a sports ball show, and I hate sports ball. And I was like, I don't care about sport, whatever. It's probably some dumb, it's like whatever. And we started watching it, and it's one of the greatest shows ever.
I've heard.
It's the feel-good show of the century. But yeah, you should check it out. It's great. I forget why I brought that up, but
is it on Apple
I did.
TV?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't have Apple TV anymore. I got like a year's worth when I got this laptop, and then we got more when we got Morgan's laptop, and we've never watched anything on Apple TV. So,
I would posit that it's worth getting Apple TV just to watch Ted Lasso. Just watch 2 seasons. There's 2 seasons. You can get through it in a couple weeks, and then quit.
Well, that's the thing. I really want to watch Dune.
Is that on Apple TV?
No, it's on HBO Max or Go or whatever the hell.
Oh, right,
and
right.
I really want to watch it, but I was like, I'm not going to pay money for that. So I bought a game, and it came with like a month trial. I'm like, yes. So now I have to find 3 hours to watch this crazy movie. And as soon as I can, I'm going to.
Is Dune 3 hours long?
I think it's pretty long. I don't know. The old one's like crazy long.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Here we are. Dipped in Tone season 2. Hey, I just want to shout out, we've been banking up some episodes here.
Yeah.
But at the time we are filming / recording this, we haven't put out an episode for a few weeks. And I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised the number of people that I'm seeing leave comments on just random places. People are going to old Instagram posts. They're going to my latest videos. I did a live stream on YouTube yesterday. People were chomping at the bit for more Dipped in Tone. And it makes me feel good.
Yeah, it does me too. Whenever I do a live stream, they're always asking. And I have the video edited from like 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to upload it. What did we even
talk about 2 weeks ago? I forgot.
We talked about the Shull pedal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we can touch on again today. We can give an update.
I heard the prototype via Marco Polo.
You heard a horrible sound.
I wouldn't say horrible. I thought it was pretty good, but again, I was listening over Marco Polo, so
right. Well, we'll talk more about that today. It took a turn, and I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna get.
Sounds ominous. It took a turn.
Yeah. But I'm gonna get everything kind of ready, and Milton's gonna get it all edited, and we're gonna be ready to go, or ready for you to leave, and
we're ready for you to get the hell out of here.
We'll probably have to get. We might have to do one with Matthew or something while you're gone.
Get a guest. Get a guest to fill in for me. I think, so the way we've banked this up, let's see. This episode will go live the first week I'm in Germany. So right now, everything went according to plan. I am in Hamburg, laying down some sweet ass guitar tracks to tape.
Yeah. And the reason we've got some banked is just because we haven't posted any of the ones we've recorded.
So I'll admit, this round of this hiatus is my fault, because the episode 2 weeks ago, I thought I had exported and uploaded the footage, and I hadn't. And then Milton texted me, and it was one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, crap, I got to do that. And then as soon as I put my phone down, I immediately forgot about it, and I didn't do it for like a week. So this one's on me. Okay. You can trash me in the comments. I earned it.
At the same time though, since we've shifted to 4 10-hour days, I get home, I eat, I help put Graham to bed, and then I'm trying to relax, and I genuinely forget, like, oh crap, I have to edit the video and like put the bumpers on and like do all the things, and it just completely bypasses my mind.
Just make Furious George do it.
I think he would. We got to get him a computer that has the horsepower to
just make him do it on his Xbox.
Right. Well, hey, wouldn't that be cool if you could tap into that? Like all those crypto miners.
It is a computer. I mean, come on. Jesus.
Right.
The hell, Microsoft. Anyways, welcome, Dipped in Tone season 2. Shout out to the Patreon chat. We kind of sprung this one on them last minute.
Yeah.
So
okay.
There's not too many people here, and the people that are here are talking about how bad Dune is, apparently. So.
Oh, no, it's got to be great. Anything's got to be better than that first one. I mean, the first one's cool, but.
Well, Brian James in the chat says, don't bother watching Dune, just watch Tremors instead. So is that a hot take?
Okay. All right.
I don't know anything about Dune other than it was like a book or something, and then it was a movie in the 80s, right? Or 70s or 80s or whatever.
Is it? Yeah, 80s.
Yeah. Well, if I pissed off any Dune aficionados, I apologize, but I don't know anything about it. So other than the guitar player, I saw on TikTok, Hans Zimmer has a TikTok now, and they have been showing clips of him like working in his studio scoring the film. And the guitar player from Tool, who's not Adam Jones, I believe the other. Oh God, I'm completely gonna embarrass myself. Anyways, there's a really badass guitar part being tracked with a whammy pedal in the Dune soundtrack, and he's using a. Hold on, let me find it now. This is gonna be a Dipped in Tone exclusive here, folks. Give me a second to just go through. Sorry, let me just go through my TikToks here. Find the ones I've liked. Scroll back.
We had Morgan bought Masterclass, a Masterclass subscription, and there was a Hans Zimmer one. And it was really cool. And that was the only one I watched.
Here it is. That's pretty sick.
From what I hear over the internet, it sounds pretty cool.
You know what? I don't have a whammy. I've never owned a whammy, but I need one.
Have you ever had a Pog?
No, I've never had a Pog either. I know.
Man.
I did 8 years or 6 years of church gigs full time and never had a Pog.
Oh my gosh. I feel like
that was Paul Diamore, by the way.
Okay.
Paul Diamore. I apologize for not remembering.
I go through like phases where I have to have a Pog, and I've owned a Pog 2 a couple times.
Sure.
And they're so cool. I don't know why I sell them. Every time I sell it, I'm like, that was dumb. I should have kept
that.
Yeah,
they're so cool. They're so cool.
This kind of segues into the prototype for the Shull Fuzz. Should we talk about this? Should I show?
Let's talk about it.
Should I show
go
it?
Ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do it.
Now, this is very rough, right? This enclosure, I hand drilled it. I did it like, and when I say hand drill, I didn't have my drill press. I had a hand drill. So,
one of the old school crank ones where you hold it.
No, not quite. I'm going to show this to the camera first. So, can't see. I got too many screens open. So there's focus. There it is.
Wow.
Yeah, you getting all this?
Look at it.
Okay. So I'll show. There we go. So this is the prototype Mark 1. And while the final is going to look a little different than this, everything fits in the holes. So it's probably going to be the prototype enclosure for a while. But I built it. And first thing I did was test the octave. Octave works. Cool. Neat.
Does work.
It's not perfect. I think one thing we do on the Argonaut is we hand match new old stock from like the 70s, 80s and early 90s Russian germanium diodes.
Right.
So that the forward voltage is like really close with each other. And that gives the best harmonics. And this, I've heard people say, don't do that. It's a waste of time. Just use this other thing and don't match them. That's what I did. And it doesn't work quite as well. So I think we're going to have to go back to that hand matching thing, which is a pain. But if it has to be done, it has to be done.
So when you buy your Shoyles Fuzz, the SH1Z is the working title. You can sleep soundly at night knowing that the team at Mythos Pedals hand matched those components just for you. They're yours. Those are your new old stock components. They were created in Russia at some point in the late 1900s, and they've traveled across the world to end up in your pedal on your pedal board. It's a special thing.
I mean, it is special. But we got to do it. And I didn't do it on this, so we got to fix that. The fuzz, however. So
the fuzz sounds badass. Can you talk about the Easter egg thing?
Well,
where it does the thing and then the thing happens, or are we going to keep that as a surprise?
Well, here's the thing. Okay. So the fuzz is based off it's a silicon style tone bender circuit that we're going to tweak, right? But something is amiss because it doesn't fuzz hardly at all. Like from 0 to noon, that's like nothing, right? Yeah. And then from noon till about 1 or 2 o'clock,
sure,
it starts to fuzz. And it's like, okay, hey, it's sounding good. It's making noise. And then past 3 o'clock, it just turns into squealing, howling oscillation that, depending on where you set the knob, the pitch changes. And whenever you turn your knob on your guitar, the pitch also changes. And when you play the guitar and then let go of the guitar, it just makes crazy noise. But, oh, wait, hold on. Guess what we found out today? That even with the pedal off and you turn that knob all the way up, you can hear that howling through the bypass. So what we did, it's just way quieter because when it's on, it's so loud. It's so loud. I turned my deluxe reverb on, turned the reverb all the way up, turned this in bypass, made it like howl, and it just made soundscapes. It sounded like pad synth things. They sound like a theremin with reverb. But the thing, I think what happened is, I don't think the fuzz is wrong. I think the order switcher is creating a feedback loop.
Interesting.
And so it's just falling in on itself because there's a tiny little red switch in there that flips the order.
Yep.
So once you find the way you like it, you just
as requested by the pod.
And I can hear that it's flipping the order of the octave, but there's something else going on that just makes it go.
Yeah, but that's not the thing that you showed me yesterday on Marco Polo. Can I pull this up? Can I play this clip here, or is it too early?
I mean, we can play. I don't think it's gonna. I don't want it to do this.
No, but the one thing that I want it to do. Let me see. Hold on. Let me back up here. I'm going to mute myself and find the right spot. You talk for a minute here.
Right. Okay. So let me get it on the floor here. So it's a first take, right? And one thing I did in my attempt to, here we go.
But it makes more sense when you use the fuzz.
All right, so this is from your Marco Polo that you sent me yesterday. Okay, so this is an exclusive here of the prototype, and you're hearing it. This is exactly how you want to hear a pedal for the first time, which is through an iPhone speaker, through a admittedly nice microphone, and then through the internet. So this is, here's my clean tone. So you're showing it, and then at the end, here we go. You show me this thing.
Turn the fuzz all the way up, you get this.
You're rolling your volume off.
It's so crazy.
Good. It's so good.
It's insane. But the thing is like that sounds cool, but the rest of it doesn't sound cool. So like the thought is, and this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm hoping I want to figure out why it's doing that.
Because here's the thing, if we could get it, it's like a little Easter egg because it only happens when you crank the fuzz knob all the way up, right? And then it unlocks this like new mode.
Yeah.
That we need to try and keep because it's rad.
So I want to have it, if we can figure this out, my hope is that on the knob, on the label for the knob, if there's, I mean, whatever it says, I want there to be like a portion of that shows like once you go past a point, there's like a, you know, like a skull and crossbones or something so that it's death.
Maybe we could reference the very first Fast and Furious movie and put Danger to Manifold right there.
I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie.
You're not missing much, but the first one is a little special. And anyone that's seen that movie knows what I'm talking about. So Danger to Manifold. And you could do it in like an old school font. Or what could be cool, check this out. Mm-hmm. What if we did a little research and like, let's look at control panels from like a Spitfire or a P-51 Mustang. And I bet somewhere on one of those gauges, there's like a hey, don't go past this point or some shit's going to happen that you don't want to happen. Whatever that is in the World War II fighter plane version, we should steal from that kind of image. There's probably some terminology or some graphic that they use to keep the pilot's attention. We should look for that.
Okay. Yeah. It, like on the Positron collider, it says total protonic reversal switch.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We need something like that. Something that when people see it, they're like, what is that? And then it needs to pique their interest enough so that when they're like trying to pedal out in a store or they first get it home, they crank it and it's just people in the chat are saying it's a fart box.
Well, it's not. It doesn't sound like that in person. It sounds like a theremin. It's just howling nonsense.
Yeah. It sounds like that because you're hearing it through a phone speaker.
Yeah.
The flatulence emitter.
You know, maybe that's something we can talk about today. The fart pedal.
Flatulence?
No, the fart pedal.
The fart pedal.
Have you heard about this?
No.
Well, let's dip a rig and then we can get into that.
Actually, wait, one more thing I want to mention. Speaking of fuzz pedals.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Ox Fuzz? The brand Ox Fuzz. Philip Sayce is known for playing them a lot.
Let me see. Let me look.
I bought the very last Ox Fuzz to ever be produced. So this week, I follow Philip Sayce on Instagram, and he made a post. He was like, hey, great run, Ox Fuzz. After 12 years, he's shutting it down. And I was like, oh. So I went on his Instagram, went on the Ox Fuzz Instagram, and saw a post similarly. Hey, thanks for the fun times, whatever, great times. I've got enough parts to make a few more. And I said, let me slide in the DMs and see what's up. And so I did. And he said, I have one more to make. PayPal me at this address, this much. And I did. And then he sent me back. He said, you want germanium, silicon, or hybrid? I said germanium because I feel like it's probably the right move.
Right.
And he said, all right. And that's it. That's the last Ox Fuzz.
Wow. I have seen those. They just say Ox on the front, Ox Fuzz with chicken.
And if you listen to
knobs.
Philip Sayce play them, they sound like an unholy just exorcism of fuzz tone, and I love it. Love it. So we're gonna see.
To his credit, he could make anything sound pretty good.
It's true. It's Philip Sayce, but still.
Well, yeah. So let me see. I thought I downloaded all these photos, but I did not. And I thought this rig is, I think this is going to appeal to you, and not like in a way I can't explain.
Okay, great.
Man, I've been working a lot. I got My mind is...
Dude, I have too. We're trying to get a bunch of videos done, and we're trying to get a bunch of videos done, and
Here we go.
My brain is scrambled.
Shot. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a whole thing.
Downloads, file, highlight.
Yep, you're doing it correctly.
There we go. Okay. Files are too powerful. What? Oh, it's one of those situations again.
Files are too powerful.
That's what.
Wait, for the Discord server or what?
Yeah, I guess you can't drag and drop that many at once.
Oh, I
Over
see.
8
Okay, here we
megabytes.
go.
Holy smokes.
Here we go.
Now they're coming in. All right. So this one is from Jim Leininger. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that. He says, we are full-time RVers. So space is limited, and so is sometimes.
This is timely. I know why you picked this. You
So sometimes,
son of a bitch.
So it's playing at volume. Here's my setup: Fender USA Limited Cabernita, Fender USA Mustang bass, a Sunface, Strobostomp, EP Booster, Wildwood Mjolnir, Iridium, Flint, Deco, and it looks like he's running it into a Bose 8-channel mixer with some Bose speakers. He's running a Scarlett 8i6 and Studio One with Easy Drummer, Easy Keys, and Helix Native. So he's got it figured out in this tiny spot. And we're on the TV.
Why did you pick this one, Zach?
Because I heard you're going to be like, camping and shit.
God, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but yeah, Tilly and I bought a little camper. We bought it's a Taxa Cricket, little tow behind off-road overland trailer camper thing. Our 5-year anniversary is coming up next year, this coming May. And we decided, we've always loved camping in the outdoors, and we decided for our 5-year anniversary, which is also Tilly's birthday, it's our birth-diversary, we're going to do a big cross-country, overlanding trip. We're going to take the FJ, take this camper. We want to do Colorado, Utah, basically just Colorado and Utah. So see the desert, see all the stuff. And so, yeah, I understand why. And I told you about this, and you were like, oh, no, I don't want to do that.
I could never. I just I don't have the patience. And I'm dad mode. I don't know. Dude,
there's nothing more dad mode than loading your family up and towing a camper trailer out to some national park. That's and I don't even have kids, but that's peak dad mode right there.
Well, you're right, but I don't want to do that. Oh man. But yeah, what do you think about this?
I love the Cabernita Telly. We don't see enough of those. They're super cool. Those are some of my favorite Fenders that have ever been made. I love the look. I love the sort of minimalistic look where it's got the cut pick guard and then the 2 Filtertrons against the Telly shape. They're so cool. I love Cabernita Tellys.
Yeah, they really are. It's a modern classic Fender thing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just a single volume knob and a switch. Come on. Super great. Also props for the Mustang bass. One of my best friends, Philip Conrad, who everyone should go check out on YouTube. Philip Conrad bass. I think it's just Philip Conrad on YouTube. Phil has been playing his JMJ, Justin Mendel Johnson Mustang bass for the last 2 or 3 years, and it sounds phenomenal. Short scale basses like this Mustang here. Okay, the best way I can describe them is picture any of the Black Keys bass tones, and that was a 64 Bronco bass, I believe, but a short scale Fender bass, and they're super punchy. There's a lot of grit. They cut through a mix super well, but they've got all the low end that you need of a bass. If I had to pick, the number one bass for me is a P bass. I feel like if you're doing something, if you don't have a P bass in your setup, you're doing something wrong. But after that, a short scale like Mustang or Bronco bass is where it's at. It is, it's so good. It's punchy. It's thick. It does the thing. I love this guitar setup. So we just talked about the guitars and the bass. Let's move on to this pedal board situation here.
Yes.
And I'm a little interested by this setup. This is actually a really cool setup. So I'm looking at the second picture with the pedal board and the mixer. And this is actually a really great solution for, in this case, a full-time RV, but any kind of home or apartment situation where you have to be sensitive of volume. You've got a great signal chain, Analog Man Sunface props, EP boost props. One of the most undersung pedals, I think, of all time, the EP booster, amazing. Wildwood Mjolnir, it's fine, self-shill. The Iridium, that's where I'm assuming the amp and amp modeling and stuff is coming from. And then the Flint into the Deco. So few things that are going on here that I really like that tick my boxes. First of all, Analog Man Sunface and the Wildwood Mjolnir and the EP boost in front of the Iridium, super good.
Man, that Sunface has a lot of knobs, doesn't it? It's got three on the top.
Well, I got 3.
Well, but then the sundial.
2. Oh, and the sundial. You're right.
Weird.
Yeah, that does have a lot of knobs. What version is that? The 25B Sunface 2SB?
2SB. Beats the hell out. He makes so many different versions. I don't know.
True. Props for the Iridium. Really, really great pedal there. Hard to beat the Iridium. And then I like that he's got the Flint and the Deco after the Iridium.
Right. Yes, I think
simulating what you would do in the studio, because essentially what he's doing here is he's emulating with the Deco at the end of the signal chain. It's like he's running his whole rig into a tape machine, which is cool. Are you there?
It is. Yeah. Sorry. I was reading the chat. I was reading the chat. Yeah, no, that's cool. I think that's a good way to do it. I'm not a huge fan of I hate to say it. I'm not a huge fan of the Iridium sonically. I don't think.
Have you spent much time with one?
Yeah. I was part of a giveaway and there was an Iridium on there, and that's how we recorded all the demos.
Right.
And it sounded fine. I wasn't blown away by it, So.
See, I am blown away by it because I think for what it is, it sounds damn good. I've used mine on the Dutch radio before. That was like an amp when we did a radio date with Noah. And I had it on the AC30 setting with one of the stock IRs, and I was super happy with the tones I got. And were the Dutch, evidently.
Isn't that the one where they tried to copyright strike your video?
Yeah, they took one of my videos down, and then I raised holy hell about it on my channel, and then got it put back up. But I guess we'll never play that radio station ever again. So I guess who won that battle overall? And then from there, you're going into going into the Bose system, right?
I assume, because it looks like there's a left right coming out of the Deco and then it's looping around to that to the Bose there.
So I guess that's sort of your amp in the room sound.
Yeah, because he says he's got some Bose speakers, or I assume
that's what's in those cases
Pro
there.
8s. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks like those soft cases are the speakers there. So that's cool because you can, use those as like an amp cabinet, or you can do that, pump some audio through and play along with it. You could gig with it, I guess, if you're doing like a bar situation, small bar situation. And then the Focusrite, I like this. We don't see enough of people's recording setups here.
Right.
But the Focusrite stuff is great for the money. I've had a Scarlett 18i20. That's what I ran my YouTube channel off of for the first 2.5 years. The Focusrite stuff really, I think, punches way above its weight class for the money. Not sponsored or anything, by the way. I bought my 18i20, but still, they're really good. So...
Yeah, whenever I have buddies that ask, hey, what should be my first thing if I'm doing a podcast or home recording, I usually say Scarlett.
Yeah, they're hard to beat for the money. Now, if you need to record remotely, if you need to do stuff in the field, or you want to record shows or something, I'd recommend a Zoom H6. But other than that, for the money, they're hard to beat. Now, what do you think about this pedal board here?
I think the pedal board is great. I think, from I need to practice, I need to play, and even I need to gig. You could, as long as you had sound reinforcement, you could do everything. And for me, having some sort of function in a small space is really important. And oddly enough, I have my in-laws coming into town this weekend. And so I had to clear out my entire guitar room to set it up as a spare bedroom, because we don't really have any extra room. And I'm just glad I have that the HX Stomp and the power cab, because it's easy to move and I can practice quietly. And so those sort of things I think are really important for people to consider. Like, even if you have the space, it's nice to have something you can, you know, be mindful of the people around you and still enjoy your instrument.
Yeah, and it's gotten so easy now to be able to do that with HX Stomp, Iridium, you know, Helix, all the modeling stuff, or even a load box where you can use your real amp and play silently. Like, it's now easier than ever to not piss off your spouse or your neighbors to play.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to give this rig, I like this. I like the Cabernita. I like the short scale bass. I like that there's a picture of us on the TV in the RV. And I really like the board. The board is clean. It's got a great setup. This is obviously a man of taste here. I like the signal flow. This is tickling all the fancies here. I'm going to give this 8.9 shoils.
Nice.
The only thing I would like to see here is maybe some kind of more guitar focused sound reinforcement, something like the power cab, for example, something that's designed for guitar, because the Bose system, I'm sure, sounds great. But the reality is the speakers that you're pushing those guitar tones through, even though you have impulse responses that are emulating a speaker sound, the actual transducer is not a guitar specific transducer. And one of the things I like about the power cab is the way they designed that speaker. It's a full range FR speaker, but it's a paper cone, same size and shape as a guitar speaker. So it helps the power cab to sound more like a real cabinet in a room.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's great. I think it's hard for me I'm trying to like think of a number to put on this, and I'm struggling. I think I'd give it a solid 8. I think, you know, the only thing I would want is like, if you do, sometimes you need an amp. Sometimes you just need to move some air. And the only thing I would like to see, and maybe he's got one, you know, tucked away somewhere that he didn't put in this, is some little combo, just so you can like, hey, I need to crank it up for a little while, you know.
Sure.
That's what I would like to see. So yeah.
But you gotta remember the context that they're in.
Sure.
Full-time RVers, they're in I guess some kind of, you know, big RV, a bus type or whatever. I don't know shit about RVs. So I imagine, because they're RVers, sound is this really serious consideration, because I imagine RVs aren't that soundproof. And then also power is probably a consideration. Yeah. You know, I guess maybe they're running off of like battery power in the RV or something like that. So maybe an amp.
Probably have a generator, but yeah.
Yeah. So maybe an amp is too much power draw.
Well, yeah, it definitely would drain your battery. Funny story. So I don't think I've ever shared this in like a live stream or anything. When I was in high school, my first band was a ska band.
Really?
Punk ska band.
Of course.
Like Less Than Jake-esque sort of thing, if anyone remembers Less Than Jake. But we would go to Cookeville. So I grew up in Sparta, Tennessee, and the town, the next town, which was like the college town where there was actual stuff, was called Cookeville. And on the weekends, every now and again, we would drive up and we'd take all our crap and just unload on the sidewalk. And we would hook an inverter to my Suburban. I drove my dad's like 91 Suburban. And we would plug in a bass amp, a Fender Passport PA, and I would plug everything into that, microphone, guitar, and we'd unload some drums and we'd just play on the sidewalk.
That is a pretty punk thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I might have had an amp, but we ran it all off the Suburban, and how we never killed the battery of that thing, just, you know, by being loud and obnoxious and 16, is beyond me. But that's something that I used to do until people started asking us to stop.
So you were a good ska punk band.
No, we were not good at all. No, there's I don't think there are any recordings of us. We were called Velcro Parachute, and
Parachute.
There are recordings, but there are none on the internet. And I do have some like tapes, some demos we made, and they're atrocious. So if I ever find it and can figure out how to get a cassette onto a computer with
I can fix that for you right now. Dude, I got a Tascam 4-track. I can run it into my Apollo. We'll get that on the internet.
Well, it's funny. Like our first demo, quote unquote, I borrowed a Marantz 4-track from my guitar teacher, and I didn't realize a cassette for 4 tracks, it records 2 on one side and 2 on the other side.
Right.
And so we just recorded everything and then played it back in a normal tape deck. I'm like, this doesn't sound very good. But, again, 16, didn't have a clue about anything. And I have since found it and have since put it back in a 4-track and heard it all in its glory. And it's so bad. It's
Dude, I need to hear this.
Yeah,
I really need to hear this.
I'll find it. It's me singing when, I had a crate hybrid tube solid state amp and a Smashbox and a Les Paul copy with 2 Seymour Duncan Invaders. It was it was a time. It was a time.
My God. Well, there you go. So that's a rig dip right there. If you want to submit your rig to be dipped, you need to be a patron.
Yes.
You need to follow us on Patreon, join our Patreon, and then email us at dippedintone@gmail.com. Some pictures of your rig.
Yes, please do. And if you've already sent one and we haven't dipped your rig, send an updated picture with the details about it. And, because we go through them and sometimes I see it, I'm like, I don't know if the picture was a little better or, like I want to refresh the list, so.
And if your picture looks like it was taken on film, that's going to be bonus points for me. So
yeah, Rhett will
take that
immediately
into consideration.
So
listen, I'm a hipster and I'm not afraid to admit it.
Dude, it's fine. I'm all about it. I'm just a dork. For those on camera, I don't know if you'll be able to see, it might be cropped, but my Ghostbuster uniform is back here because tomorrow at the shop, last Thursday of every month is pizza party for Novo, and they invite us over there, and we're having a costume party for Halloween. So I'm wearing the full proton pack jumpsuit, whole thing.
Did you mention that you finished the pack finally? The proton
I
pack?
haven't. I was gonna bring it today, but I had to bring my 2-rock, so I couldn't fit it in the car without being nervous about it sliding around and breaking. I finally finished it. So I think the first or second episode I showed the shell.
Yeah.
And it's all together. It's like 99% done. I mean, it's totally like for the layperson, they'd be like, that's a proton pack. There's a few things I have to tweak, but lights up, sounds work. It's heavy. It looks, I mean, the moment I put it on and clicked it on and the sounds came on and all the lights on the gun, the wand started blinking, and it was something, it's funny, like growing up and wanting something your entire life and then finally getting it. It's like the ultimate wish fulfillment,
That's amazing.
It was just like Morgan could just see all over my face. She's like, I don't know if I've ever seen you this happy. So, and
then I called it a vacuum as a joke, and then I felt bad.
No, it's fine. Like, I mean, but what's funny is like every kid in the 80s, like we'd pick up a vacuum hose and that was our proton pack. But yeah, so it's done, and I'm already thinking about pack number 2. So
there's okay. So I don't know shit about Ghostbusters. It's the last time I saw it, it was on an airplane. Mm-hmm. So what is pack number 2? Is there a different pack for like Ghostbusters 2?
Well, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, there's some little details that are different, but I don't mean like the next iteration of the pack. I just mean my second build of a proton pack.
Oh, just because you want to build a second one.
I want to make one that's even more accurate. So yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, I don't know if you noticed in the chat here, we have our first official dipped in tone meme. You see this?
Which one?
Mojo just posted SpongeBob meme.
Oh,
We got to put this up in the video here.
yes.
That's how you know the show is growing. Start to develop our own meme language.
All about it. Well,
all right.
Weatherly Band posted it, and it's time. I think it's time we talk about this.
The fart pedal.
The fart pedal. Have you watched this?
I don't know about this. No. Emily Hopkins. Let's hear.
Something sent to us that isn't out yet.
Wait, what do you mean it's
By
not out
Builder.
yet? Wait, it's not out yet?
So this is Emily Hopkins on YouTube.
So it hasn't been released to the public yet.
I don't know if we can play this or not because we might get
really wanna
blocked.
see what you think. I think it's
Let me
really
just
cool.
skip ahead here. Oh my God. So I think I understand the premise of the fart pedal. Shout out to Emily Hopkins. Everyone go follow her on YouTube. I've actually seen her stuff pop up on TikTok, which is kind of fun. She's a harpist. Harp player?
Harp player, I think.
Did I screw that up? Harpist?
I don't know if it's a harp. Hold on. What is a harp player called?
Oh no. No. Here
A
we
harpist. You got it.
go. Oh, it is a harpist.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely do that. I was just testing you. And there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So I heard about this. The guys, Graham effectively calls them the pedal lizards, Jeff and McKinley, which is the best name. He was just talking to him. He's like, "You're pedal lizards." They were like, "Yeah, we are."
Oh, hell yeah, man. Sounds sick.
But Jeff sent this to me because it was a Kickstarter and it's been fully funded. Apparently it ends in 4 hours. So we hit this at the
Oh, wait a second.
opportune moment.
Post a link up in the chat here.
All right, here we go.
It is fully funded.
It's fully funded. So they had a goal of $30,000 and $89,000 were pledged for this fart pedal.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I'm in the minority here. I am not amused by the fart pedal. I don't find it funny. I don't think that how it works is it's just like watch some demos, right? Watch some of these videos. Basically,
Hold on. I'm going to be the 502nd backer.
No, don't.
now.
Oh, it's already met.
Yeah.
Don't back it anymore.
I don't care. I want one.
Oh no,
Let's
you
see.
don't.
Fart pedal and standard packaging. Oh, I could get us 2 fart pedals with standard packaging. And I could send you one and me one.
No, I think if you're gonna buy a poop joke pedal, buy the turd by Dr. No, because it's actually a pedal that works.
Here we go.
I don't hate
continue.
fun. Your name here says Zach hates fun. I don't hate fun. I just don't find this funny.
All right, putting in my credit card information. I'm not going to say the number out loud. Sorry.
47.
42447589. All right. Stand by.
Raymond Forbes. I don't think
Postal
it's funny
code.
either. It's funny for 30 seconds. Then you just have a dumb pedal. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
a dumb pedal, and I'm going to make a video with it. All right, here we go. Ready? I want to pledge. 3, 2, 1. Oh, rewards aren't guaranteed.
What?
Whatever.
How can it not
Pledge.
be guaranteed?
All right.
I want to play a Korg Miku into a fart pedal. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So Philip,
let it be known. I am the 502nd backer of the fart pedal. Had we started this maybe an hour earlier, I might have been the 500th backer, but I'm not. I'm getting a fart pedal.
Okay, so Philip brought up the Korg Miku. The fart pedal basically takes whatever's going into it and turns it into a pre-recorded fart sound. It's not taking your guitar and making farts come out that sound like your guitar playing, right? Like the Korg Miku takes your guitar playing and turns it into pseudo Japanese speak.
Oh, I see your issue here. Your issue is not the fact that it's an actual fart joke. Your issue is that the method in which it makes your guitar signal a fart it's essentially just sampling.
It's a yak back that is triggered by your guitar playing. Who remembers yak backs? I mean, I do. So that's where that's where I find fault with this. And I'm not saying it's like it doesn't take money to design it. It's not clever. I just think it's not funny. And couldn't you just spend like 99 cents on an iPad or iPhone app just to make fart noises? I don't know.
But you can't make fart noises with your guitar with the 99-cent fart noise app.
But you're not making fart noises with your guitar with this. You could probably plug in a guitar cable and tap it, and it would trigger the sound effect to happen. That's where I find fault with it. I think the Korg Miku and all that it does, as stupid as it is, because I think the Korg Miku is definitely stupid.
Okay, I'm going to follow you down this road of logic here because this is a fun conversation. Would you say that this doesn't qualify as a guitar pedal?
I would not call it. I mean, it's a guitar pedal in form. In function, not necessarily. I mean, I don't think so, because like
let's talk specifically about this, because what is it about in function? Because what you're saying is the guitar signal is flowing into the pedal, and then that guitar signal you're not hearing on the output of the pedal, but you're hearing a sound that was created by the triggering from the guitar signal into the pedal, correct?
That's, yes, my logic.
Okay. So let me think here. Back there, I have let's see. I don't have a direct analog for this, but if you're saying that your issue is the fact that your guitar signal is just simply triggering a sample rather than being turned into a fart sound itself, then there's several pedals that would qualify under that.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it's like saying a loop pedal. If you just play loops on it, is that a pedal? Or is that a guitar pedal? I mean, and like,
right.
They could be used for anything. You could plug a keyboard, you could plug a harp, you could plug a, electric banjo into it. But I just,
so wouldn't this technically this would be a modeler?
I mean, no,
that's what this is. This is a modeler.
Device.
This is like, okay, well, a modeler, the HX Stomp is a playback device. It's emulating the sound of an AC30 or whatever amp you've got pulled up as a modeler. It's just a fart modeler. Yeah,
but it's not. So like this it negates everything that you play through it. Whereas, a modeler will take your signal and at least spit out some interpretation of it. And this is just like cutting it off. I don't know. I don't find the humor in it. I don't get it.
One could argue that the fart noise is this pedal creator's interpretation of your guitar signal, because now we're getting into the realm of art. Okay. So this could be, what if this was a statement in modern art, and this is this person, let's see, I just saw his name pop up here. Steve Gadden. This is Steve's artistic expression of what he expects and what he wants to hear from a guitar sound. And so are you robbing this man of his artistic expression? Are you saying that his interpretation of guitar and guitar effects are not viable?
Yes. No. I mean, I get like, from an artistic standpoint, yeah, sure, whatever. It's, cool. Like, I mean, I don't have to like people's art, like there's a lot of art out there that see it and I'm like, oh, that fucking sucks. It's like people see my pedals and go, who, another clone, what a loser, and that's fine. I can take that criticism. But
this is an art piece. This is a modern art. This is like a Banksy. Okay. It's like when Banksy, he had that painting that sold at auction. And then when it sold, half the painting shredded and it was like a statement. This is, to me, the way I interpret this is a artist's statement on the, where we are as guitar players in the modern guitar market and effects. And maybe he's trying to say that all this gear, these pedals, all this boutique X, Y, and Z, it doesn't matter. It just makes your guitar sound like a fart. And I'm going to prove that the hype train is really what all this is about, which I would argue he's done because he has taken it. What was it? $30,000 his goal. And it's $30,000 goal, $89,482 now.
Right. 89,677. Let's reset. Now that you gave him your money.
Yep.
Oh, 677. There's 503 backers.
Oh, somebody's backed it after me.
Yep. I don't know. It's just, I've seen so many people talking about it, and I can't find the humor in it. I mean, I think fart jokes are funny, like absolutely, but I think this is just dumb. And I'm sorry, Steve, I'm sure you're a very nice guy, and I'm not trying to, no,
this is nothing against Steve. We're not talking about his dreams. We're not trying to shit on your dreams, pun intended. Yeah, I think, but I'm interested in this. Let's get into a philosophical discussion here, because what is the purpose of a pedal? The purpose of a pedal, I would argue, of an effects pedal, is to change and alter the sound of your guitar in a way that you find entertaining, in a way that you find inspiring, in a way that you find freeing. So maybe for the other 502 backers, myself included, this is ticking one of those boxes, in which case I would wager, or I would posit, that this is just as viable of a guitar effect as a tube screamer.
I think the novelty of this will wear off immediately. It's something that it would be funny and to make people laugh. And then, you're just going to have to find new people to spring the joke on. But, the thing about pedals to me that makes me want to do what I do to work in this industry is that is that it lets you be creative and take your guitar sound and a sound in your head and achieve it, with a box at your feet. And
so you're saying that the fart pedal can't be creative. You can't be creative with a fart pedal.
I don't think that a box that plays something pre-recorded that after X amount of strums or, notes is going to play the same thing. And now, granted, there is a wet and dry switch, so wet fart and dry fart that have different sounds. Okay. And there's a mixer, so you can blend it, I guess. I feel like once you exhaust that, then there's no creative expression by triggering a sound sample. If you want to do that, just buy like one of those Akai MPCs or whatever, and just put a bunch of fart.
Oh, now you're treading. Be careful where you tread, because there's been some great music that's been created with an MPC. I understand what you're saying,
but what I'm saying is that would be so much more interesting if you gave me an MPC loaded with fart sounds. I could make music with it, because I could control it. I could, fart, like those sort of things. And whereas this is, it does whatever it does, and you have such limited scope on what it spits out to your amplifier or whatever. So I feel like having something like that, or just, like Ableton Live setup with one of those little controllers, is so much more useful as a tool, even as a joke, than the fart pedal.
So what if I take this upon myself to become a challenge when I get my fart pedal in apparently December?
We'll see.
What if I take my fart pedal and I make a video for my YouTube channel where I use the fart pedal to prove you wrong, and that I can create something interesting and artistic with the fart pedal?
I think the only way to do it, the only way that anyone could turn this into music is to alter the sound of it so much that it no longer sounds like farts. Like, you know, you get a Zoya after it or some crazy shit and like really make it wacky, then yeah, maybe. But I want you to get it and set the internet on fire with, holy shit, Red Shull made a song with the fart pedal and it rules. I want that to happen.
I might need some help. I might need some help from like Andrew Huang or somebody, but I think we could do this. I think I could pull this off. I think I could do something to prove you wrong and prove that this is a viable artistic tool.
I welcome it. I want to be proven wrong. I just watched the videos and I thought, wait, am I missing something? Am I so much of a curmudgeon that I just don't get it? And no, I get it and I hate it.
No, I get it and I hate it. Okay, in our line of Dipped in Tone merch, we need a t-shirt that says, no, I get it and I hate it. Oh my God. Okay. Well, look, I just spent $165 on this fart pedal, and you're making me regret it. So I'm going to do something that makes it worth it. I don't know what yet, but
you know, something that's another big gripe of mine. And this is so, I am issuing a request to, okay, I'm going to save this picture and put it in the Discord. Oh, Jesus, Pete. Download. God almighty. All right.
Jesus Herbert Walker Christ.
Here we go. Okay. See that switch?
Yeah.
See how the lock washer is on the outside?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Okay.
Lock washers.
Now that's a viable complaint right there. So
And
Steve, if you're watching or listening to the podcast, when it comes to building these pedals, listen to Zach, because he's built, I mean, how many pedals have he built over the years?
20,000. I don't know.
Okay. So take a leaf out of Zach's book, put your lock washers on the inside of the enclosure. Otherwise you're doing great.
I see that so often where there's lock washers for the foot switch or whatever, and they're on the outside. It's like, that's not, I mean, it can go there, sure, but it looks bad. So
true. It's an amateur move. I will give you that for sure. A lock washer on the outside is not a great look.
There's two things that you should never do on a pedal. Zach gets more Southern when he's angry. Yeah, I do. And I've stopped drinking, but when I used to drink, it would really come out. Lock washers belong on the inside, and don't use the font sign painter anymore. The font sign painter should not belong. Sign painter font. It's like the one that people use in place of Fender for like a vintage style font. I see it all the time, and I'm like, it's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's like having Comic Sans on a resume. Like, don't do it.
Well, Comic Sans on anything. Don't do it.
Right.
But I agree. Sign painter. This looks like a. Okay, I'm gonna throw my friends at Righteous Guitars under the bus a little bit here.
Oh,
they did a pedal, a Righteous Guitars pedal. It's an overdrive. I haven't played it. I'm sure it sounds great, but the aesthetic design that my friend Ben did doesn't look great. It's got this. I don't know that it has the sign painter actual font on it, but it's not. And the thing is about Ben is I know that he's got great aesthetic taste because Ben Calhoun at Righteous Guitars is the man that spec'd out this guitar. This guitar was his doing. Okay. I didn't spec this out. I just bought it from Righteous, but this was his idea. So he's got good taste and good ideas. But the design of the Righteous guitar's drive is not great. And I think they only made a couple of them. So if anybody out there is into pretty rare pedals and you're a collector, maybe if Josh is listening, which we all know he is, Josh, you probably need to buy that pedal because they only made like a handful of them. But there you go.
Well, man. Well, that's my rant concluded. I'm just so annoyed by it all.
Are you annoyed that I bought one?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh my God. Why did you want me to have your back on this?
No, I didn't. I like arguing. Ask Morgan.
I do too. It's my favorite thing. That's why we're friends.
Yeah. We definitely, I mean, it's so boring, like agreeing on everything. Did you get those tube screamers and stuff, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They're right up. You see it? No. Look. You can see right.
Phone?
No. Next to my my mic here, there's one of them.
I see
right
some
there.
green. Yes.
Yeah, there's one of them.
You're like this big.
I'm actually probably going to shoot that. Yeah, I'm going to shoot that video tomorrow, I think. So send me your footage, by the way, for that.
Yeah.
I need that.
Okay. I will do it. But anyway, I think, can I just move on to my shill of the week? Because I have something I want to share. Hold on. I'm going to have to, I already sneak peeked it.
I want to address Matt in Vegas in the Patreon chat here who said, Rhett, tube screamers suck. Also, Rhett, fart pedal forever. I would wager, having not even heard that fart pedal, that it sounds better than a tube screamer.
Come on.
There you go.
All right. So this will drop well after Halloween. So what's coming out on Halloween is the Positron Collider. And I've talked about it a lot. People know it's coming, but what they don't know, I'm trying to, is I don't know if this is going to show up. Come on.
I can't see it yet.
I'll show you. Oh, it's not focusing. I might just have to put a picture in the chat. So I'm going to do that. I have it.
Wait, you didn't show it to me. Is there anything different about that one than mine?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to find this picture.
Well, you didn't.
It's coming. I got a photo. I'm going to show you because you've seen the pedal, right? You've seen this. You've seen the Positron Collider.
I have it.
Right. But what you haven't seen, hold on. Now my computer's not working. Holy crap.
Oh, wait.
Here it goes. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. I have to get on.
Oh, man. You remember in elementary school when your teacher would do that? I'll wait.
I'll wait. Okay. So, Positron Collider for 2021. It's going to look basically the same.
Stop pulling it away. I'm trying to see what's different. Jesus
You're going to see
Christ.
right now. Boom.
Oh.
It's been slimed.
What? Okay.
So I had this idea a long time ago. And
is that UV, like under a UV light?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I get it.
So, but it glows in the dark, so you can charge it with a flashlight, or whatever. And there's slime UV print.
Oh, that's sick.
So you can kind of see it like in the, it's like a little shadow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
But Jacob at F5 Metalworks, my enclosure guy, as soon as I told him this, he was like, I'm on it, and bought all this UV powder that we had a couple different iterations. Somewhere it was slimed all over, but it kind of makes it almost sandpapery. So we just had it on this little middle section. But yeah, so 2021 Positron is slimed, and that's my shill of the week.
Future collectors are going to be all over this. Like, oh, it's the Positron. Is it the slime version or is it the non-slime version? It's like, oh, slime version. It's worth double, just like that.
Man, and shout out to Jeff. His lovely wife Katie is a artist, and I said, hey, can you draw some slime for me? And I sent her the template, and she drew me some slime in like 30 minutes. It was done. I was like, great, we're done. So Very exciting.
Nice. I'm gonna feature a pedal that was given to me by Lost in Crystal Canyons on Instagram. Right? If you're not following Lost in Crystal Canyons on Instagram, you should be. He posts some of the most amazing pictures here. Pull one up real quick. But earlier this year, when I was in Kansas City for the Pedals musical, Robert Hart messaged me because I did a video with Josh about overlooked overdrives, boutique overdrive pedals that you forgot about or people aren't turned on to. And, you know, one of them was the Drive-O-Matic from Stamps, which I found one, which I'm very grateful for. Another one that we featured was, we do. The other one I featured. So Lost in Crystal Canyons on Instagram. If you're into guitars and Instagram follows and things like that, he's definitely worth checking out. He posts some amazing photos. But he saw that episode and was like, hey, I have one of the pedals that you featured in the episode. Do you want it? And I said, absolutely yes, because he lives in New Zealand. And this is it, the hot cake. I was using it in a video today. I'm doing a video on EQ pedals, and I was using this today. And this is going to come with me to Germany. This has become one of my favorite overdrives ever. It's a classic. I believe you can still get them new, right?
Yeah,
you can still order them new.
He's made many revisions, but it's been around for a long time, the hotcake.
Yeah, this is I think an early one. You can see on the back, it's got the, Crowther audio, PO box, no website, nothing like that.
Yeah.
It does need a little TLC. The pots are super scratchy. The jacks are a little jacked up, but this is a fantastic sounding overdrive. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The hotcake.
That's great.
And thanks to Robert for sending it out like 6 months ago.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never played one, and Blair from Eastside Music loves it, and he's like, dude, you got to get one. So eventually I need to just buy one.
Honestly, the hotcake is like a staple overdrive. I would put it in the same camp as like a Blues Breaker, Tube Screamer. It's become a staple overdrive sound. It does a thing. It can be sort of similar to like a Timmy in a way.
Yeah.
But it just, the top end is a little different, and it's the type of overdrive that I like, which is the one that it sounds good in front of any amp, which is not the Tube Screamer. The Tube Screamer, you have to be like a single coil guitar into a mid-scooped amp for Tube Screamer to sound good.
No, you don't.
Yes.
No.
Otherwise, you have
with a Marshall.
Otherwise, if you play with a Marshall, you have to turn the drive all the way down, and you have to use it like a boost. In which case, just use a boost. No, that's all it's doing.
No, it does. It does a thing. It does a thing.
Zach,
have you played the ones I sent you yet?
No.
Well, you got to try
it for tomorrow for when I film the video.
Through multiple amps. You better play it through multiple amps, or I'm going to drive down there and punch you in the mouth.
I'm going to punch you in the fucking mouth. Oh my God. But yeah, the hotcake, I think, has become a staple overdrive circuit. So line 6, Matt, I know you're listening to the pod. In fact, I should send an email. In the next major line 6 Helix update, I think you guys need to include this.
That would be amazing.
In the overdrive section. I think it's worth having. It would be really cool. Nobody else in the modeling world is doing this. So let's make it happen.
Yes, that'd be great.
All right.
Well, fun.
Fun. Thanks everyone for hanging out.
Yeah.
It's been a good time. I'm going to go drink some more whiskey and eat some dinner.
Sweet. I'm going to see what Jeff's been doing for the past hour and a half. Awesome.
Hey, when my fart pedal gets here, I'll let you know. You'll be the first one to know.
Okay, great. I can't wait to hear all about it.
All right. See y'all.
Bye, everybody.